Hi everyone, welcome to the third episode of my Hoplite series. I hope you enjoy watching and have a good time. Then after playing in the lobby for a bit and waiting for the other players to join, the game finally started. Then after the game had started, I tried to go to the middle of the map and get as much as I could. So now we'll see what I got. I got a diamond, a golden apple, and a piece of iron, which was very useful. And then I quickly made my way away from the middle of the map so I won't get killed. Then after successfully getting out of the middle of the map, I quickly grabbed some wood so I could make a crafting table and sticks once I got down to mining. Then once the mining phase had begun, I crafted my smelting pickaxe and got to mining. Then after grabbing that iron and a lot more, I went on to find some diamonds. Then after finding those diamonds, which would prove to be very useful in the future, I continued mining. Then after mining for a bit longer, I crafted a pair of shears and got some cobwebs for my battles later on. Then after that, I stumbled across a chest minecart and grabbed a golden apple and some bread, which would be useful for my battles later on as well. Then after that, I mined for a bit longer and then started crafting all the things I would need later on. To start off with, I crafted myself iron armor, which would be useful in battles to protect me from when my enemies attack me. Then I put it on, and then before using up my diamonds, I quickly checked if there was anything I could make with them other than a sword. After looking quickly, I decided that there was nothing, so I made my diamond sword. Then, after making my diamond sword, I crafted a diamond pickaxe, which I could use to break stone easier, and then I crafted an iron axe so I could break wood easier. Then, I crafted most of my remaining iron into buckets, which I could fill with lava in order to burn my enemies. Then after that, I went to fill one of my buckets with water so I could put my fire out if I accidentally burnt myself, and then I got to filling my buckets with lava. Then after grabbing the lava I needed, I voted for which leader I thought would be best for my team. Then after voting for which leader I wanted, I used my surface pearl and went up to the surface. Then after wandering around for a bit, I used the enchanted books I had got from my king, and then I went to gather some leaves, which I could use to get away from other players if I was being chased, and also to get some apples, which I could then turn into golden apples. Then I saw a player in a structure and decided to hunt him down. Now I knew his health had to be very low, so I decided to chase him until I would eventually catch up to him, and this is what happened. After catching him, I grabbed anything valuable that I could. I took his player head, which, if eaten, could give me good effects, and I grabbed his sword that no one else could get a hand of it. Then I continued my journey. Once here, I saw one of my fellow players, and then I saw a name tag of an enemy player, so I decided to kill him too. After me and my teammate had managed to kill him, I was very glad, and I thought that I would make my way to the surface again, and that's what I tried to do. I used my water bucket to get back up until I saw 4 name tags. There were 4 players up there, and if they saw me, I would be surely dead. So I ran away. After I thought it might be safe to go back to the surface, I went up, and after checking if any enemy players were there, I thought it would be safe to wander around again on the surface. Then I used my tracking compass, hoping to link up with my teammates, which did not go to plan, because very soon I ran into another enemy player who was right behind me the whole time. I quickly used my blocks to get away from him, following the old path I'd left with my leaves. Then after eating my golden apple, I decided I could take him in a fight. He was very good and obviously had lava buckets and equal or better gear than me, but for some reason he wasn't wearing a helmet, so he was an easy kill. Then once I'd got his head and looked through his stuff, I got scared and wanted to wait until the final death match before I encountered any players again. Once I got what I needed, I thought the best thing to do would be to go into a cave and try to hide there until the death match began. Then, once deep in the caves, I realized how much gold I had on me, and I decided to make some golden apples and turn some of the player heads I had gathered into golden player heads. Then I continued waiting in the caves until the deathmatch would finally begin. Now, the deathmatch was about to begin, so I was stuck with my team in a box waiting until it would begin. And here is what happened. Thank you for watching me come third out of 90 players. I hope you liked this video and please like and subscribe.